And so this video begins as we enter the corporate home of Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Welcome to Lebanon, Tennessee, the birthplace of an American icon. Cracker Barrel was made here. The oldest Cracker Barrel is here, the original store location. And right here we begin as we enter their corporate home. Who loves Cracker Barrel? All right, so this is the nicest corporate center for any place I've ever seen. I thought this place was a park. There are so many buildings in here. It also smells good. Maybe they're actually cooking in here. There are some statues, a few people sitting around these benches over here, and a plaque. And I believe this gentleman right here is Uncle Herschel. And here is the founder of Cracker Barrel, Mr. Dan Evins. E-V-I-N-S. I'm not so sure who this young lady is, but it looks like she might be working at Cracker Barrel. Yes, she's got her 4 stars right there. Herschel Coffin McCarthy, April 26, 1915 to January 22nd, 1998. Uncle Herschel, as was known, was Cracker Barrel's Old Country Store's first Goodwill ambassador and country gentleman. He is the guy sitting next to the barrel on the sign. And if you've ever eaten at Cracker Barrel, one of my favorite things to get for breakfast is Uncle Herschel's Scramble. So here's Uncle Herschel on the Cracker Barrel sign logo. Here he is. It's an opposite elbow leaning on the bench as he is in the logo on the Cracker Barrel, but if you look in the face, very similar. That is Uncle Herschel. There you go. Right there. Uncle Herschel retired from Martha White Flour Company in 1985, where he devoted many years of his life peddling flour to rural old country stores. He worked with Cracker Barrel Old Country Stores from May 27, 1985 until his death in 1998, and always epitomized the symbolic country gentleman of days gone by depicted in the Cracker Barrel Old Country Store logo. He was the real-life uncle of Cracker Barrel Old Country Store's concept founder, Dan Evins. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, and we're diving deep right into the barrel today, Cracker Barrel. We've got some history, just me, myself, and this legendary, I want to say fast food, but it's not fast food. It's a roadside diner. First started as a gas station by Mr. Dan Evins right here. Back in 1969, actually September 1969, the very first Cracker Barrel store opened right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. It's a Tennessee thing, just east of Nashville. Now, the first store was actually a Shell gas station. Dan owned a Shell gas station and decided to start a multi-business, first opening up the gas station, then a restaurant, and then the Old Country Store, making it a one-stop shop. Now that sounds like something familiar today. Gas pumps, store, food, kind of sounds like a Buc-ee's, like the Buc-ee's before Buc-ee's. And oddly enough, Lebanon, Tennessee is now the first home to the world's first Cracker Barrel and the first In-N-Out burger in Tennessee. You might remember months back, November 2025, I went to the very first In-N-Out burger that opened right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. A lot of food history, and that's why I'm updating my food history once again. This is one of my most anticipated episodes. My dad loved Cracker Barrel. We would always eat Cracker Barrel the day after Christmas. Oddly enough, it was on the way to the Castleton Square Mall where my family used to go. On the east side of Indianapolis. Actually, Castleton was on the north side, I think. Anywho, that's just a tidbit of my history with Cracker Barrel. A couple years ago, I went to the very first Cracker Barrel in Florida, which is in the Panhandle. It's actually up there, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. Tallahassee, the capital. Anywho, we're gonna go check out the oldest Cracker Barrel, which is still standing. I have also kind of broken a mystery. It has been unknown the exact address of the original Cracker Barrel that opened in 1969, that gas station. It closed in 1984, but I did a bit of digging. This is Wilson County. I went to the Wilson County Property Appraiser website and I was checking Dan Evins' name in the parcels. The only thing is, those records don't go far that back, and they're inaccurate according to the Wilson County website. But through the clues that I found on the interwebs and the parcels, I think I have located the home of the original Cracker Barrel. So we'll show you that spot, and also the distribution centers here, and we're going to check out this a little more. We just came in. I'm anxious to see how big this place is. So if you like food, if you like Cracker Barrel, you're in the right place. This is a history video dedicated to that food, and we're always eating food here on this channel. I am grateful I get to enjoy once again with you guys. Thanks for being here. We're gonna head over to the oldest Cracker Barrel store in the world. Over 700 locations now, 45 different states. That's pretty amazing. And we're gonna eat at the oldest one today. I am so hungry and I am so ready. Let's get started. There's much ahead and there's much ahead. Cracker Barrel was founded by Dan Evins, a Shell oil salesman who opened the very first location here in Lebanon on September 19th, 1969. At that time, the interstates were growing rapidly, and Evans wanted to create a place where travelers could stop for a good home-cooked meal, browse a country store, and experience the kind of southern hospitality he remembered from when he was a kid. All right, this building straight behind the first building is building number 1, administration. So welcome to Cracker Barrel administration. I will point out that they do have rocking chairs on Cracker Barrel administration on the porch. That's pretty cool. They got the Cracker Barrel chairs. All right, we got building 3 and 4. This is on the map. It says Cracker Barrel Store Support Center, MIT entrance. This complex is massive. This is the largest building yet, and it has the most cars parked in front of it. All right, we have the print shop. Whoa, okay, so this is probably where all the Cracker Barrel signs are printed. All other deliveries use next dock. Print shop. All right, so check this out. Way out here in the back of the parking lot, you have the Cracker Barrel food trailer, and it looks like a miniature version of the country store. Now, I know the Tennessee State Fair happens right here in Lebanon. I passed the state fairgrounds when coming in here. I've also been there for the Nashville Horror Con, side note. But maybe this trailer's out there at the Tennessee State Fair. I'd like to know, if you've been to the state fair, let me know. Is this thing set up during the fair? I would love to buy Cracker Barrel at a state fair. That is so cool. It's so cool this is sitting right here. Corporate Cracker Barrel employees have a really nice place to work. There's walking trails, there's pond, and look at this. We've got geese. Geese! All right, and last but not least, the final building I have not shown you out here. Building number 2, financial operations. Welcome to the checkbook of Cracker Barrel, where all the important decision making, I'm sure, goes down. I worked for a finance office one time. They called us the checkbook. All right, now we're departing Cracker Barrel HQ, and we're heading towards their distribution center. All right, here it is. Cracker Barrel Country Store Distribution Center. Employees and guests, deliveries ahead. So all their decor and all their food is distributed through this building off of Interstate 40. We're talking about their pancakes, their seafood, their coffee, their syrups, their toys, all the stuff you see in the old country store comes through this building out here. This is like the Cracker Barrel Mecca, Lebanon, Tennessee. Who knew this was a Tennessee restaurant when you were a kid and eating it? Maybe you knew that, but I didn't really know that eating it on the east side of Indiana. It wasn't until I moved to Florida and just naturally learned that Cracker Barrel is from Central Tennessee. Also, I just read that back at the headquarters, and one of those buildings we saw, I'm assuming it's the one with the garage door, the bay door, that is their decor warehouse. Throughout all the Cracker Barrels, there are antiques, practical antiques hung up, authentic stuff that was picked. It all goes through that warehouse. They have a picking warehouse where they go through all that stuff and they distribute it to all the Cracker Barrel stores. Their antique decor warehouse, back where we just were. That's pretty cool. I wish I knew exactly what building it was. It was probably the one with the big garage door, if I had to guess, but just read that that picking decor warehouse for Cracker Barrel is back over there. 2.1 miles, check that out. There's the address of the oldest Cracker Barrel store right now. 635 South Cumberland Street, Lebanon, Tennessee. Let's get it going. I'm hungry, man. I'm so ready for this. And here it is in all its glory. What is known as the oldest Cracker Barrel in the world, right here in Lebanon, Tennessee, just north of Interstate 40. I am so stoked, man. It's all about food time. So I can tell this is a very old Cracker Barrel because the door is on the left side. Usually the door is on the right side in Cracker Barrels, but the original Cracker Barrels, the door was on the left. The first one in Florida, the one in Tallahassee, its door was on the left too. So I had a hard time finding when exactly this Cracker Barrel opened. We're gonna say 1980s, early 1980s. There is not a lot of information that was kept on that. I do know that the original store here in Lebanon that we're gonna go check out later, that location, closed in 1984. So if I had to go out on a limb, if you had to put something to my head, as they say, I would say around 1984 this store opened. And there were many other Cracker Barrels around before then, but they were not in this mold, and they are not around anymore either. They were more like the original, like an old country store, gas station type of things. But this is the OG, what the world knows now as a Cracker Barrel. This is the first location for that right here in Lebanon. And I am so stoked to go in here. This is amazing. This is at the top of my food history list, and this is finally going down. And here are the iconic rocking chairs, and of course, just like all Cracker Barrels, you've got the barrel to the left and to the right. There's Uncle Herschel right there. We just saw you, buddy. We just learned of your story. It's really cool to read that. I didn't realize that Dan's uncle was Uncle Herschel. Makes sense. These store hours for the world's oldest Cracker Barrel: 7 to 10, Sunday through Thursday, Friday through Saturday, 7-Eleven. Was Cracker Barrel ever open 24 hours? I wish it was. I feel like it was. Here we go. Always this breezeway. Open it up. And we're in the old country store. Look at all the antiques above. Oh yeah, this is cool. Oh wow. Flamingo. I love that they embraced the flamingo at Cracker Barrels. I like this neon sign here. There's just so much to pick through. And here are some of the antiques. Now, keep in mind what I just said. All these antiques went through the corporate decor warehouse. All right, this is cool. I used to collect Coca-Cola. Check out the baseball cup up here. They've got their like America 250th section right here in the middle. Got a big eagle. And if you're already subscribed, you've already seen it. But about a month ago, Chris the girl came into a Cracker Barrel store, as she's done every year, and gave a full store tour of Cracker Barrel. This is cool. Blow mold. Side note, Cracker Barrel Halloween stuff. So check out that video. I'll link it below if you want all the finer details. We have this salt and pepper shaker right here. This is cool. Haunts on. Yeah. Well, that's just like me.
Get away from the max.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm surprised they have the blow mold in stock. This was a hot commodity this year. They got one here at the oldest store if you want to come pick it up. But I purchased this for Chris for her birthday. We have one at home. I showed you a couple videos ago. There it is. All right, you got your Tennessee Vols stuff, of course. If you've been into a Cracker Barrel, you know this is like one of the best places to get last minute gifts. I've bought a lot of gift cards for my family, greeting cards, inside a Cracker Barrel because it's so convenient and they're always just so funny and so nice. It's just an easy place to go to find gifts for people. Also, when I was a kid, I would come to Cracker Barrel a lot with my grandpa. I remember our first road trip together from Indiana all the way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. It took Route 66 most of the way. We stopped at a Cracker Barrel and he said I wanted like a pirate pistol and I had to have it. So I got one of my very first toy weapons at the old barrel. Toy Story wasn't even a thing when I went to Cracker Barrel for my first time. Really showing my age there. All right, this is not like the pirate pistol my grandpa bought for me at Cracker Barrel. It is 2026, but I would have loved to have had this. It's more like a Nerf gun. It shoots these little darts. All right, we'll save some of the store for later, but I'm gonna make my way towards the restaurant over here. Again, this is backwards. You're probably wondering why there's no cashier over there. Well, it's over here. Oh my gosh, I think they have more candy here. Whoa, they definitely have a lot of soda. Oh yeah, I'll take a breakfast menu just in case. Yeah, thank you. All right, this is the first time I've had a front row seat to the fireplace, and if it were winter that thing would be going. And also at some of the Cracker Barrels there would be checkers right here, but I don't see any checkers. All right, the floor looks the same, the chairs, the tables look the same. It all looks the same, just like your Cracker Barrel. I'm anxious to see if there's any antiques that correlate with this being in Lebanon and the original store. My waiter already came by, and I have all my menus here. I love their breakfast here. I went ahead and got a breakfast menu so we could just look at it. Of course, you can get breakfast all day at Cracker Barrel. Some of my favorites, the Country Boy, the Old Timers, Grandpa's Country Fried Breakfast, Uncle Herschel's favorite. I think I called it Scrambler earlier. Their biscuits and gravy. Of course, their biscuits, their cornbread. This looks really good. Steak and eggs. I've had steak and eggs before at Cracker Barrel. Also, they got their desserts, cherry Coke float, double chocolate fudge Coca-Cola cake. This is for the America 250th proud official sponsor. I'll try to save room for dessert, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Also, they got cheese dumplings and tenders. $12.49. And I saw this on a billboard the other day. Odds are you did too. Their summer campfire meals are back. I love pot roast. So they got the campfire beef there. Oh, that looks good. That looks like pot roast. All right, there's my half and half tea. It already came back. I asked for one more minute because I'm not so sure. I think I might change up. I may not go with my go-to, but I'll probably just go with my go-to. The chicken and dumplings. Also, their country fried steak and chicken's really good. And they do have some specials. Today is Tuesday, so they have country fried pork chops. 2 classic sides, $15.49, $16.99 for 3. And also, Cracker Barrel now serves beer. That is not very recent. It's actually been a while, but most people don't realize that they serve beer. I've never had a burger at Cracker Barrel, but I heard they're good. It's just not the place I go for a burger. They also have fish. I remember getting their fried catfish. Oh yeah, the classic country sampler. So I might actually do this. I've done this before. I get the chicken and dumplings. I get the meatloaf like my grandma made. She's from Kentucky, made it just like this. The fried chicken, and I get 2 sides. I may get it just like you see here in the picture, green beans and carrots. So you can pick 2 entrees or 3 entrees, either with 3 or 2 sides determines the price. Looks like if you get 3 entrees and 3 sides, it is $19.49. I think I might do that. All right, I want to know right now, down there in the comment section, what do you like to get at Cracker Barrel? And do you ever change? I really don't change a lot because I love what I love here. And I go back and forth with the country fried steak, the classic country sampler, the breakfast, or of course the chicken and dumplings. But what do you like to get? Or do you just like to mix it up every time? And also, do you get cornbread, or do you get biscuits, or do you get both? I get both. All right, check it out. I always play this game. I've played this game since I was a little kid. It's very cool to come in here just before the 250th anniversary of this country and have a very special game. What do they call this? I don't even know what they call this. Leave only one. That's what I'm going to call it. What's the official name of this? I've only won this one time, and I was just like talking and doing it unconsciously. I have no idea what I did, but the object of the game is to leave only one. And you jump over one to remove one. I'm explaining this to a lot of people that probably know what's going on, but there's going to be someone that doesn't understand. Ooh. I'm hoping that because I'm talking and not really paying attention to what I'm doing, whoops, that came out, that I might actually solve it. Let's see, I don't know. I don't think I started off right. Let's see. Someone already noticed that I made a mistake. Let's see. Now let's go this way. The object of the game is to leave one, but try to leave as least amount as possible. And it looks like, oh no. Oh wow, that's pretty good. I got two. And it says on the bag, check this out. It says, leave 2, rocking the chair, but not the game. That's hilarious. There you go, I got 2. All right, here's a photograph of Turner High and Elementary School, Carthage, Tennessee, 1958 and 59. Also, here are the North Central Conference champions, Lebanon High School. This is cool. This was 1961. I don't see any memorabilia as far as the Cracker Barrel store goes in Lebanon. I remember back in Florida, they had on the mantle a picture of their opening day in Tallahassee. And I can confirm that every Cracker Barrel that I've been into has a deer and a shotgun above the fireplace. That's the Cracker Barrel way. It's kind of a Tennessee thing. All right, my feast has arrived. What did I do? I always order too much food. So I've got carrots, I got green beans. I went with mashed potatoes for my third side. They always ask you if you want gravy on the mashed potatoes, dark or light. I went with the light. Got the fried chicken. Got the meatloaf. Don't let your meatloaf. I've got a nice portion there of chicken and dumplings, and then I got my biscuit, and I got my little cornbread there. And that's my feast right here. I am so hungry. I'm just gonna get a mix of it. I'm gonna get some mashed potatoes, some green beans, a carrot, and a dumpling. I can do that all in one bite. Why? Because I'm an adult. I think I can fit all that in my mouth. Let's try it. Oh, that tastes so good. I love mixing all that together. They do it well, Cracker Barrel. I've always had a decent to great meal at Cracker Barrel. I've never had an issue. I know a lot of people will argue that, but maybe I'm just lucky. But Cracker Barrel is one of my easy go-tos if I can't figure out what I want to eat. I love some Southern food, and I love these chicken and dumplings. They gave me a huge chunk of meatloaf. I might have to take some leftovers home. Nah, I think I can finish it. So I've eaten pretty much everything. I still got to scrape my plate a little bit there. Everything but the piece of fried chicken, which I just took my first bite. This is some great fried chicken. Everything at Cracker Barrel is really good. As far as my experiences, I think that's why so many people come here. Because it's a good go-to, it's dependable, and they're everywhere. Maybe you're like, oh no, I had a bad experience at Cracker Barrel. I understand that. My grandpa once had a bad experience at Cracker Barrel. He chipped his tooth on a hard grit. Yeah, true story. I don't think he ever went back. That was way after we got the pirate pistol. All right, Queen Plate Club. I did the best I could do. That was a lot of food. This is the best I could do. I am so stuffed. I got my biscuit and my cornbread down. I got myself a refill here, and I've got some good news. I was doing research, and I think I found the precise location of the first Cracker Barrel. I nailed it. I think I know where it's at. All right, here's the damage. Came out to $25.44, and I could scan here to pay, but I always like to walk to the front. Got to do it the old-fashioned way. And almost to the country store. Check this out. It's a picture of Uncle Herschel sitting in the rocking chair. That could very well be the original location too. Check that out. Also, there's a picture of Plant City, Florida's own Mel Tillis. Look at that. That's cool. All right, if you didn't get dessert, this is your last stop to get some. I remember getting the old-fashioned rock candy. I don't think they have it here anymore. I think I always make that comment.
Peggy at the cash stand. Peggy.
Or we could get a flamingo. I'm gonna get a roll of Reed's old-fashioned butterscotch candy. They keep all their old-fashioned candy below the cash register. All right, goodbye, oldest Cracker Barrel. So I actually had $4 off because I am a Cracker Barrel award member, which it's a point system. So you earn points every time you spend money. So pretty much every time I come, I have a couple bucks at least off of my Cracker Barrel tickets. So sign up for Cracker Barrel rewards at your local store. I missed this on the way in. Welcome to Cracker Barrel. Our old country store is aimed to please every guest that walks through our doors since we first opened in 1969. We'd love to hear how we're doing. Look at that, the sun in the west. highlighting the oldest store. I am excited because I did a little further research inside as I was eating, and I can pinpoint you the exact spot that the original Cracker Barrel building used to sit. And it was there not even 10 years ago. We just missed it. Let's go over there now. These are fantastic, by the way. I think this is the first time I've had Reed's butterscotch candies. Individually wrapped. They have a powerful punch. Really butterscotchy. To find the original Cracker Barrel location, you actually have to go west on the interstate towards Nashville. We're going to exit on 232 Tennessee Highway 109. All right, guys. Interstate 40 right up there. This is Tennessee 109, also known as Gallatin Road. This looks like a typical exit off of any interstate in America. You got gas stations up here, you got a McDonald's. This right here, and I will explain how I found this after I show you. Right here, Casa Azul, 401, Tennessee 109, Lebanon, Tennessee. This building is not the original building, but it sits where the original Cracker Barrel used to stand. Now, if you go back to Google Maps about 2018 and then back to 2008 when Google Maps started, you will see the original Cracker Barrel building as a shell. It was an Exxon gas station for quite some time. It was either Exxon or Chevron, I can't remember. But for a while, the building was repainted and repurposed to a gas station after it was Cracker Barrel in 1984 when it shut down. And I found this information by just doing simply Googling. The only thing it says is it was somewhere off of this exit on the east side of the road. There's not a precise address, but we just figured it out. 401 109. 401 Gallatin Road. The original Cracker Barrel stood right here, and some of these signs were here maybe in 1984. These signs were here back when the gas station was here. We know that because of Google imagery. There you go, Sit-Go, way off. So here is the original Cracker Barrel building. It's been painted white, and this was the gas station. So they tore this down. If you go through the history of Google Maps, they tore this building down about 2018, and in about 2020, 2021, right smack dab on the same almost foundation, I bet it's a newer foundation, but same spot, they built this Mexican grill, Casa Azul. I feel like this is a chain. I feel like I've eaten at a Casa Azul somewhere before. And also, I'll put a picture into frame of the original Cracker Barrel right before where it once stood. As you can see, a very square shop. Even an older photo shows that the Shell gas station, the gas pumps were right out here. This is precisely where it was. This is pretty cool to find. Now we finally have an address for those seeking the physical address of the original Cracker Barrel store. So one thing that helped me confirm the address was a Facebook post that had a picture of the store. After seeing it on Google Maps myself, I naturally started digging deeper. In 2018, they actually picked the old Cracker Barrel store up. They didn't demolish it, and they moved it 10 miles to the Wilson County Fairgrounds, which is the Tennessee State Fair Fairgrounds. And they tried to do their best, but there was an issue. The building sat too long. It wasn't salvageable, so they weren't able to save it. So the original Cracker Barrel store, although was taken to the Tennessee State Fairgrounds to try to be saved, was not saved. But there are pieces of that original store somewhere at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds. And I saw some of the memorabilia inside the convention center before the fairgrounds back last year at Nashville HorrorCon. I may actually put that in the video, I have to remember. And now I just feel like I need to come back sometime when I'm hungry. I just ate, obviously, and have some Tex-Mex food. I love Mexican food. It would be cool to eat at a restaurant where Cracker Barrel once was. Two opposite ends of the cuisine palette here. We got Tex-Mex and and Southern food. It's all Americana though, so it makes sense. I love that there's a Mexican restaurant here. It's really cool. I'm glad that there's people coming up here and doing what used to be done here at the original Cracker Barrel. A lot of families stopping in, having some good food, having some, making some memories. That's what it's all about. And this is right here where a dream began that spawned into an entire empire. And if it wasn't for Dan Evins and his little Shell gas station right here in this spot, I wouldn't have had that massive meal just a moment ago. That was a lot of food, wasn't it? And a lot of things. All right, guys, what'd you think? Did you enjoy the video? Did you enjoy the history? Would you like to add to it? Feel free to leave down there in the comment section. I want to know, also I want to know if you guys have ever eaten at the original Cracker Barrel. Is there someone watching that has eaten here and remembers? Perhaps they can add to that down in the comment section. Consider this whole video, you know, a history lesson, a history lesson. This isn't the history channel, it's my channel, and I'm just having fun, and I love showing the stuff I love, and I love food, and I love food history. So if you like that stuff and you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to do that. Also, if you like the video, find a way to give it a thumbs up. That helps out. And I have a food history playlist on the main page of my YouTube channel, which I'm updating right now, and I will be updating very soon. We've got a lot of food stuff coming up, and there's a lot of original spots and firsts in food that we have not got to yet. And I'm excited. I've got a whole list of it, so I hope to see you there. As for this video, I'm ending it right here in the parking lot of the original Cracker Barrel location. Thanks for watching, guys. And look at that sunset in the west. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Can't thank you enough for always being here and sticking to the end. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are, and no matter what you're going through, just know that there is always much ahead, and much ahead. We'll be back updating this food history series very, very soon. I hope to see you there. As for now, I'm heading south. See you tomorrow, guys. Beautiful sunset there. It's a great spot to end it.